I am awesome. Do you know? I am awesome. Do you know? Angel Guerrero.
I am awesome. I am awesome. Do you know? Hey, do you know? Hey! That was the song that my son burst out during dinner time. There he was, just singing away. My daughters decided to go ahead and follow suit. And then my wife. And I decided, sure, when in Rome. And I started to go at it. But before I could finish the first line, my son jumps out of his chair and says, no, 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 Dad, you can't sing that. No, no, you're not awesome. I said, son, why would you say that? Why am I not awesome? He's like, because you're an adult. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, honored dignitaries, and anyone who's ever been owned by a 5-year-old. I was really disturbed with that. He's a good kid, don't get me wrong. I said, okay. So I went to bed with him and I tucked him in. And I said, son, why did you say that to me? Why did you say I'm not awesome? He said, because. If I had $1 for every time he'd say because. No, seriously, son, why? He said, because you don't do good, fun, kid, cool stuff with me. Did you ever get hit with truth right in the gut and slapped in the face that you can't deny it anymore? You can't look away from it, and you definitely don't want to ignore it. That's how I felt. And I knew I had to make a change. For any adults in the room, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what he meant. I wasn't spending that cool kid, fun stuff time with him. And I had to decide right there and then, it's time for a change. It's time not to just wait for things and time to happen, but make those things and time happen. So that Saturday morning, I got up, the kids were up and ready to play video games, and they looked at me coming down the stairs, and I, Daddy, 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 come and play with us. And their voice hit me like a sonic boom. But there was another voice suddenly coming from my office. And said, you got a lot of work there. You can catch up today. Cool kid stuff. Cool kid stuff. Okay. I picked up that remote control like Excalibur, and I just sat there and started wailing away at the video games. An hour later, my wife comes down, and she still sees us playing. The kids are screaming, go, Daddy, go, as I'm on the last level. It was fun. But my wife, of course, it's Saturday, and she says, hon, we have to go shopping. Okay, we'll go shopping. We went over to the International Market. It's a big market. She quickly gave me the purse, and off she went with the cart, and there are my 3 kids. That little voice saying I could go ahead and just sit in the cafe with my Wi-Fi. Awesome. Cool kid stuff. I said, okay, we're going over to the fish market. So we hustled over to the fish market. Right there was the glass with all the fish, and I started talking about how I caught the big one. It was the big one, I know. Here. Then we went over to the shrimp section, and I started playing good old shrimp puppet theater. Yes, I love you in pink, oh, you look so cool. You don't do that. And then quickly over to the crab barrel. We went up there and we pulled out the crabs with the tongs, and you try to hold them to see how many you can get, like monkeys in the barrel. You ever played that? It's crabs in the barrel. You guys don't have so much fun. They had a blast. They had a blast. At that point, I kept doing that throughout the week. Thursday night came. We had a parent-teacher conference. PTA, all the moms and dads everywhere. I would take my kids and introduce them to every one of the adults. I say, hey, this is my son. This is my daughter, my oldest. And they'd shake hands because I taught them how to shake hands. And they loved it. They felt special. And then I did a presentation in front of the PTA. And I finished. And there was a roaring applause. A roaring applause. And then I sat down. And suddenly my son must have snuck up from behind. He jumped in front of me and he grabbed me and he said, "You were awesome, Daddy! You were awesome!" Now you're all thinking the same thing. How did I go from adult all the way to awesome? What changed? For all my fellow adults out there, you know exactly what it is. But let me clarify it a little bit. If you've ever played with children's blocks, you remember that. And you build things. But did you ever see a child play with just one block? No, I don't think so. How about one big block? Probably not. The blocks are, metaphorically speaking, the moments in time that we give our children, that we give these kids. They look for lots of moments. That way they could build the house, the fort, the big wall, the security blanket that they look for. But if you don't give them those blocks, if you don't give them those moments, they have nothing to build. So this is not so much a motivational time, but a challenge. I want to challenge every one of you adults here to start thinking cool kid stuff. Start saying to my local child, in the schools, in the churches, in all the areas that you see them, if you don't have one of your own, go there and give them those blocks. And you'll start singing that song. You'll hear it. I'm awesome. Stand up for a second. Everybody stand up. Sing it with me. I am awesome. I am awesome. Do you know? Hey, do you know? Hey. Madam Contest.